What's going on, MMA Maniacs? It's time once again for your weekly MMA podcast called Split Decision, brought to you from the SinCal Studios. It is Bueller, Dennis, and MMA Pixels. We call you Nick. What do we call you? It's been so long.
Everything but late for dinner. Don't call me.
No, late for dinner.
Or chow.
Man.
Don't call me late for chow.
It is dinner time.
It is both.
We call you dinner
I
time.
don't know. It's Friday. It's Friday. It's business time.
Good luck trying to call.
Business time.
Yeah,
It's Bueller, Dennis, and business time.
business
How you
time.
doing business time?
Not very well.
No, why not?
Well, you want to get into this?
No, not at all. We don't want to, even a little bit. So we got our sponsors. We got to thank. Do we thank them now or later?
Either way, whatever you want to do.
We'll do it later.
Coming up. Yeah, okay. We'll do it at the end.
We got to jump into
It's running across the bottom. So.
Oh, is it? Yeah. So, of course, obviously, we're from the SinCal studio. So, big
Yes.
thanks to SinCal.
Always say that.
Big thanks to WalkieCraft.
Yeah.
MyMMAnews.com. And are we doing Dependable Solutions?
Dependable solutions.
Dependable Solutions. And with that said, we'll jump into our first story, which is Paige Van Zandt. It has come out that Paige Van Zandt makes more money from Instagram than she does from the UFC. I'm not surprised.
Doesn't everybody?
I know I do.
But I mean, she's trying to make the statement to make the UFC look bad. But if she fought better, if she fought more, if she didn't break her arm so much, obviously she would make more money.
From the rim fata?
I want to know why she was at her husband's
Rafata?
interview.
Rafata?
Yeah.
Like,
What?
she didn't fight. Her husband fought. Why is she at the interview? Like, this whole thing is just about her now.
Wait, what?
Paige Van Zandt, right?
Yeah, her husband slayed this weekend at Bellator 225.
Oh, did he?
Yeah.
That's why they got the
I had
interview.
no idea. Well, shit, man. Oh, wait, I got to pretend like I watched this later. Hold on. He did.
Yeah, he did.
He kicked some major ass.
Sliced the dude up. It was pretty.
Why, he's obviously making the money in that family, and she's not.
So that's just a
She's
little...
not slicing anyone up at all. She's just slicing up them likes
Right.
on
So
Instagram.
so most of that or that little snippet that came out and was ran all over the place actually came from an hour-long interview.
No, not that long, but probably like, I don't know, maybe 20 minutes, 30 minutes. So
Right. So I
there's
mean,
a lot more than
I'm gonna go 17.35.
oh, there you go. But you know, we're getting a little pie action.
Pie.
Get it? Because you're pie.
That's right.
That's my pie. I don't know. Maybe.
Broken arm fight. I don't know.
So did they talk at all about her ban?
No, they freaking played the newlywed game.
Oh, did they?
Did
Yeah.
they?
Oh, that's like the new thing to do with like the UFC people, isn't
It's a
it?
good way to get divorced. I don't know. I don't play that shit.
You're not wrong.
Yeah.
You're not wrong. We can look up the stats on how many newlywed game contenders are still married, and the answer would be pretty low.
Yeah, because she does. I mean, she doesn't have a great record, and she has an even worse record against people who've actually fought.
You're not wrong.
You know what I'm saying?
You're not wrong. We said this when she was coming up, though, when she was getting ready to come out and be the new face of the UFC. This is when we had Paige Van Zandt, we had Sage Northcutt, because they were looking for another, at that point in time, they had Conor McGregor as the big face of the UFC, because they had a big void. They didn't have the faces that they wanted in the UFC. So Paige Van Zandt and Sage Northcutt were going to be the new faces, and they showed up and they shit the bed. Realistically.
Right.
So, of course, if she's going to do her cosplay stuff and be an Instagram thirst account,
Is she
so
the
to
one
speak.
that posed the Reebok stuff and then took it down?
Yeah, real scantily clad.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, now since she has fake implants, she's
As opposed to
more
real implants.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Real
I'm
fun
sure
implants.
the ROI though is pretty good.
Return on investment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hey, you put what, 20 grand in, you get 50 grand out, like at least.
Because I mean, she's the reason that Rose Namajunas' head shaved, right? I mean, that whole thing came about. They were supposed to both shave their head for something.
Hair versus hair match?
No.
Oh.
I
They were
like
supposed to
this.
shave their heads and donate it to somebody. And then Rose seen it all the way through, and PVZ freaked out at the last minute because, oh, look silly.
She shaved something else.
Yeah.
Like Pedro?
Everybody shaves something else.
Got a manscape.
Yeah, so that's where we're at with that.
I want to know how much more money she's making from Instagram than the UFC. Because
She really didn't allude to numbers, did she?
no, because I make about $350.
True Fitty?
$350.
I knew you were the Loch Ness Monster.
I think
$350.
she's like 1-3 or something like that in her last fights.
Yeah, well,
Something bad.
so is BJPenn.
Yeah. And we're going to cover that later.
We'll
Don't
get
go
to
ahead.
that.
Don't go ahead.
Sorry. I'm hurdling stories here. Bigfoot Silva is going to be taking on Gabriel Gonzaga at a bare knuckle bout that's going to be booked at BKFC 8 on October 19th. So it is right around the corner, and we feel like this might be a death match.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Bigfoot Silva's not the fastest swinger in the world.
Neither is Gonzaga, though.
Compared to Bigfoot?
Well, compared to Bigfoot, it's,
know what I
it's a
mean?
puncher's game because it's bare knuckle fighting.
You got one guy who looks like he's in the Matrix when he's swinging. And then the other guy, I mean, to me, Gonzaga is a lot more active than Bigfoot.
Not if Bigfoot blinds him with titty milk.
You think he'll be lactating for this fight?
He might be, and it's not illegal.
Oh, and he can do whatever he needs to do because it's BKFC.
That's right. You can do whatever you like.
Who you got in this one, Nick?
I feel bad for the ring there. It's gonna be what, like fucking 700 pounds in there.
Yeah, at this point in time, pretty damn close, honestly.
It probably should end a knockout soon, and I know I'm probably gonna jinx it, but with these big guys, I don't want to see it last 5 rounds.
I don't want to see it last 5 rounds, but I see them getting extremely gassed, and it's going to be an ugly, ugly KO deep in the third.
And I've already got to see Bigfoot get killed live.
By Nog?
Yeah.
Yeah. Saw that murder.
It was bad. And Dodge called it right before it happened. It's going to be a death. Oh, he's dead. Oh, God. Dodge called it. So.
Yeah, I'm saying KO deep in the third. I don't know who. I might give it to Gonzaga on this one.
I don't see how you go anywhere other.
No. I meant Silva. I might give it to Silva on this one.
He can't use his.
You think?
God, I hope not.
I don't.
They
think
got the
would.
names to headline it, but God, I hope not. That is an ugly, sloppy main event. If you're the promoter of that, you're the matchmaker. You want that somewhere, obviously on the main card.
I say co-main.
I would even put it third down.
Chow mein.
Yeah, chow mein event. I like the chow mein event.
Speaking of chow mein events,
and getting knocked out and being 1-3 in their last 4 fights, BJPenn was at a bar recently and picked a fight with the wrong person. She did poorly for
should
BJPenn.
he be even picking fights with anybody at this point?
That's what he does, man.
I hate. We can make jokes about it because that's what we do. We like to talk shit and make jokes. But BJPenn obviously has some kind of CTE at this point.
No, I think he has an addiction problem. Allegedly, somebody. I think his wife said.
He's addicted to fighting.
No, he actually
you,
takes the fight so that way he doesn't he'll get sober during the fight camp. That's why he's still fighting. But he has a problem going to bars and then he picks fights.
I don't think that's really the we can get into the psychology of it, but I don't think it's the mentality of an addict. You don't take a fight so you'll be sober for 6 weeks. If you're an addict, you're going to keep doing whatever you're doing. You know,
including figure out how to do it while you're doing your fight camp.
Yep, and you'd be testing dirty for whatever it is. I honestly think, and I'm not a pro in any of this. I think he's got CTE or early onset dementia.
I mean, you can pretty much say that for anybody who's been around this long. I mean, 'cause I like Gronkowski, who came out this week from the NFL saying that it wasn't just that his body was beat up, it also his mind's messed up. We got Andrew Luck, who at 29 just retired from the NFL and we don't know yet, but I'm guessing it's some type of mental.
Yeah, 100%. And I don't want to say that I'm a professional or that I know anything about this, but I think that he has either some kind of CTE or early onset dementia.
Yeah. Well, I know you say that, and we always talk about the millions of dollars some of these people make, but I mean, there's people like Joe Montana that he can't get out of bed by himself. I mean, it's the trade-off. Will you take $1 million? I'm not even going to ask you because Joey's like, fuck yeah, someone just pull me out of bed every day. Shake it for me. Fucking, okay.
Fantastic.
And can you wipe me? I'm dirty.
What do you mean? Like I don't have somebody do? I don't have somebody do that already.
It used to be like, what was the difference between him and $1? You could get 4 quarters out of the dollar.
But I think something's really wrong with him. I mean, it could be something like CTE or early onset dementia. I don't know.
Well, he leaned into it. I think he should have just put his hands up.
Well, he was winning at first.
I think they stopped it, right?
Didn't the guy go for a takedown?
He did. He had him in a takedown. He had him in like a chokehold. And then they kind of let him go, and then they let him link back up again.
They had BJPenn in a chokehold.
No. BJPenn had him in a chokehold at the beginning.
Oh, okay.
And then, then they let the guy power up. He might have ate a mushroom. We don't know. And then he's all... It
was pretty big.
Wubba, wubba, wubba.
He looked like E. Honda with the slaps. Wubba,
wubba, wubba.
He was fighting E. Honda out there.
Well, I mean, I feel bad for the guy. I'm not a professional. I'm just saying it could be something like CTE or early onset dementia.
Sweet.
Oh, new story. Anthony Johnson planning a UFC return at heavyweight reportedly avoids jail time for recent misdemeanor domestic battery charge. I didn't know that. He didn't know he had one of those.
Yeah,
Wasn't he the one who left to go grow weed?
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did that.
He went to go relax, and right now he's around 290.
Yeah, he's a big.
He's
boy,
enormous
right
now.
Bodybuilding for a little bit,
and he's coming back in the heavyweight.
Well, you better If he's walking around at 290,
but remember, Rumble used to come in all the way down to 170.
Oh, yeah, no, I remember. No, he tried to come in at 170.
He did it a couple times successfully.
But he usually failed miserably.
Yeah.
He fought at 185, then fought at 205. The idea that he could get down to anything other than heavyweight at this point in time would be bananas.
And this new, what is it, 12 to 13% rule, where you can't weigh more than 12 or 13% of what you weighed in?
I think he'll probably fight one time and then be done anyways.
He'd be like, oh, God, that's right, this sucks.
But
where's my weed store?
I think he's doing it because Cormier's gone. I think he was scared to take on Cormier as a heavyweight, because it was right about the same time that Cormier went into heavyweight that he decided he was going to retire.
Is that what it was?
No one's saying that that's what it is, but I mean that's what I believe. I believe he didn't want to have to wrestle with Cormier.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea.
I don't know what he thinks he's got against some of these other guys who obviously have been working on their wrestling for Cormier and their hands.
What do you think?
Well, I wanted to see him fight John Jones before he retired. That fight never happened. Now, I don't know. I don't really.
Well, yeah, at his prime, fighting John Jones would have been great. Now it would be fucking horrible.
But
what about
still his power, and then now he's a heavyweight. So
yeah, but what about the talks of John Jones saying that he wants to go up to heavyweight so he can also cap off the career as a 2-belt champion?
Jones wants to do that?
Yeah, he had toyed with it. He had talked about doing it because Cormier said he wouldn't come back down to fight him again at 205, and he's like, well, maybe I got to come up and fight you.
And then it's the roller coaster of John Jones. He said he would never go up to heavyweight to fight DC, and then DC won his next fight, and he was like, well, maybe I got to come up on his Instagram, and then we haven't seen him do that yet, which he obviously could. I would love to see John Jones at heavyweight, like regardless of all the John Jones hate we have on this show. I would love to see what he could do. It's
John Jones' reality. I don't want to say, because again, I mean, like I said, I can't argue the fact that he's probably one of the greatest MMA fighters to get in the ring, especially at his weight class. But I don't have to like him. And it's not hate.
Yeah. I mean, honestly, if he goes to heavyweight and he gets knocked out and loses, I still think he'll probably be the greatest fighter.
At 205.
No, overall. I mean,
With an asterisk or no asterisk?
No asterisk.
Really?
I mean, he fought out of his weight class.
No, he's going to forever have the asterisk because there's multiple things.
Oh, well, I'm not talking about the drugs. I'm just talking about that loss.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The Pico things.
No.
Isn't it strange how all these young athletes that are getting signed by the UFC don't have that problem?
What do you mean?
Like picograms for some tainted supplement that they took like 5 years ago when they first started.
Oh yeah. Me and Dodge.
Nobody else has that.
Yeah,
problem.
me and Dodge has talked about that. But there is a small group of people. There's I think Dodge brought it up. There's 2 or 3 baseball players, 1 or 2 hockey players, but again, the baseball players and hockey players openly admit that they were doing it in low dosage, and like Dodge's research
like
proved,
back in school or what?
No, before the whole problem with this is that nobody tested for it because it wasn't a banned substance.
Oh, okay.
So these guys, it was just like
it's like McGuire with the
right. Because it wasn't illegal, it was something they could use. They knew it was something they shouldn't have been using, but it's another edge, and we all know if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
Mm-hmm.
Except for the Diaz's, but even then, everybody could argue that being high as hell all the time and having THC in your system lessens the pain of being beat up.
Some people argue that. I don't agree with that.
I disagree.
Yeah. I'm not a professional, but it could be something like CTE, early onset of dementia. I'm not sure.
When you're high, does it hurt more, you think?
Well, I don't have it controlled, but I do know it still hurts.
I didn't ask for your hypothesis.
No, this is fact as my opinion states it.
So anyway, yeah, Anthony Johnson, he's coming back heavyweight.
We'll see. We'll see if this actually comes to fruition. I don't know.
You think he kicks that?
Dana White said, like, when's the last time he fought? He's like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So he kind of dismissed it. I don't know if his contract is actually clear, if he can. I think he still had probably fights on there.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if we'll see it actually happen. He's going to have to pass all his physicals and everything else to come through. He's going to wait and all that stuff.
Hard, man.
This is really fun to watch.
The whole blood
That
pressure.
was trippy, dude. And now we're going to stop watching that one.
Good,
we're going to have to watch that one.
Khabib is not scared. Warns bitter rival McGregor he's prepared to go to jail for fighting him outside the octagon.
Right.
Yeah.
He's hoping that something comes about to where they meet up like the Diaz's, McGregors, and they're saying, I don't know. If you seen when Diaz slapped him and they exited the casino, have you seen that video?
No.
Oh, there's more fans brawling as they exit the casino than the actual Khabib but I have to say the represent team was slapping people on the way out too.
They'll do that to you. Don't talk shit.
Talk shit, get hit. That's what happens.
I know. They did that in Sacramento not so long ago.
Yeah.
And
Yeah, some ultimate guy was out there fighting and got slapped up.
What?
He was
Some
a
ultimate
gym.
guy was out there fighting
Yeah.
as a champion.
You got to read between the lines, guys.
Yeah, there you go, man.
I ain't trying to get beat up.
Was it?
It hurts,
was it?
remember?
Was it?
It hurts.
Shamrock?
No, it's a younger guy.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Younger guy on the Ultimate Fighter.
Not beating up a woman
That was at our mall.
in a mall parking lot.
Yeah.
Didn't happen.
So yeah, Khabib and Skirt.
So before we get into Bellator, are we jumping into the CFC?
You want to talk about CFC first, or you want to?
Oh, yeah. What happened?
Okay, don't be a
No,
dick.
I was just kidding.
I swear to God.
It was at Chicken Ranch Casino. It was pretty good. We had.
You can talk about it while the picture's over your face.
Oh, yeah.
Chicken Ranch Fighting Championship. What's great about these is that they put the fighters on the shoulders, right? And the
Well,
guys
it's
on
not.
bottom.
No, it's not.
It's
It's,
tag
Chicken
team.
Ranch, not chicken fights.
But
At
that's
the
what
It's
it is.
ranch.
not cockfighting. No.
Whoa. I was gonna say the guys on top
Chicken.
don't have their cocks out, but the guys on bottom do.
We had
The guys on bottom
two
are doing
boxing
this
matches which
while they're
actually
holding the person up.
were pretty decent. No finishes, and then a grappling match that was quick. But they had 6 MMA fights. It was pretty cool. It was 2 amateur, and then the rest were pro. All of them were finishes. One of them went to the 5th round. It was a title fight, and then there was a finish. That one was pretty good. It was
And that's up on our Facebook page as our fight of the night.
yeah, it
for
was
that.
the featherweight title.
Nice.
Justin Lin versus I believe it was Brandon Correa.
So I'm guessing Brandon O'Hara lost.
Yeah, but
Justin Wynn.
his
won.
brother fought too, Aaron Coey. So that's why I was kind of like.
Gotcha. All right.
And
that
then,
was-
It was pretty cool.
Yeah, the Cody Sons, Ron Monahan. It ended pretty quickly.
Yeah, it was real quick, and man, I mean, Ron sells so many tickets. Probably like at least 100 people were there just for him.
Really?
The venue set like 400, and I bet there's 400 people there.
Yeah, and he took a
And
weird
then
he took a weird left
Yeah.
somewhere in the neck right here, and then I don't know. He drops right.
He went down, I think. So the view that I had was to his back, but he shoots in. He grabs a hold of the leg like people usually do when they're hurt.
Go
and
for the
then
single
he
leg.
just got like tossed, and Cody landed a couple more bombs.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
He,
Wow.
Just
'Cause they-
covered up.
Yeah, they're fighting at cruiserweight. Cody come in 15 pounds overweight, and they're fighting on a casino. So I really don't know how much of it is legit sanctioned, but
Yeah. They had people there that were in that position.
yeah,
But
and everything
they
was
didn't
kept in
have,
line. I mean, they had weigh-ins.
So Monahan lost.
Yeah, lose.
Monahan
Yeah.
did lose
Okay.
to Cody's Sons.
Yeah, and then the freaking air went out the building. It was so silent.
I'm
was
sure.
like-
I'm
It's
sure.
pretty crazy.
That's when you got to exit stage left, you know?
Nah, it was cool. Nothing crazy happened. We had the security team was these big ass Samoans. It was all like one guy and all his kids. I'm serious. I talked to him, man.
The island of West Samoa was in the
Yeah.
house
Those guys.
doing their thing.
Between them and the other people there, nothing was going to happen.
All right, good deal.
And I thank Chicken Ranch for taking care of Nick.
Yeah. Thanks for the water. I got busted by a security guard. Thank goodness he watches the show and recognized me. So good looking on that one. He took me to the spot where the cameras can't see. I didn't know. Now
What
I
did
know.
he do to you back there?
No, I was.
No, it's too late now. He took you to the spot where the cameras can't see.
I was,
You
I was-
walk in front of the next
I was
guy.
getting ready for the show.
Oh, I think he was treating his glaucoma.
Oh, anal glaucoma.
Oh no,
Why you keep
this guy.
these guys?
It's anal
goes away
glaucoma.
for
Can't
like,
see my
what?
ass coming
Come
to
to
work
work,
today.
yeah. I
3
know.
months and he's a changed man.
I know. He comes
He's
back.
been converted.
All of a sudden, he's funny.
Ah,
Oh, wah, wah, wah.
Wah, wah,
Don't worry.
wah.
Later, I'll edit all of you out.
that's fine. You can green screen me the fuck out. You guys can talk
He's
to
just
each
gonna
other.
put
It's
his
fine.
head on all of ours.
What is that? Deep fake. We'll do deep fake, and we'll step Brandon's face over you.
That would be hilarious.
I don't have that kind of money.
No, none of us do. We're not Samsung. Speaking of a bunch of finishes, including you off camera, Bellator had the same results. 14 fights, 14 finishes.
Yep.
Banana Land. Way to go, Bellator.
So, I mean, is it because Bellator has put together this great card of awesome fighters, or do you feel it was kind of lopsided?
Well, yeah, absolutely. I was going to say, if you're the matchmaker, you should be kicking yourself in the ass. If realistically, 2 of your fights went to the 3rd round, then you
Right.
didn't match up your fighters very well.
I mean, is that how it comes across?
I don't, not this one, but I've seen other shows where like
You
all
think
the
it-
finishes are like 30 seconds in the first round. And it's like, come on, man. But this one, I'm not sure. I didn't watch it live. I just watched the finishes.
Did you
so
think it was competitive at all?
I just saw the finishes. So
Oh, yeah.
at that point, no.
You got Kron Gracie took on Oscar Vera, and you got an armbar there in the very first round. You had the fastest heel hook ever. Is this in Bellator or ever?
We're trying to find out, but I at this point I'm just gonna say the fastest heel hook in Bellator.
Fastest in the West, I believe.
Fastest.
All right. Quick draw McGraw. I like it. Aviv Ghazali got it over Edward. I'm not even trying the last name.
And what's-
Muravitsky. Yeah,
and what's
Muravitsky
funny
works.
is he didn't even try to hide it, and the other guy was like, "Let go of my ankle," and then it was over.
Let go my ankle.
Let go of my ankle. Let go of my.
We were talking about this before the show. We had the scissor kick to heel hook with Anderson Silva that happened, and for some reason in my memory it was like at the very beginning of the second round. Dennis thought it was the very end of the first.
Right.
It's not correct. And then Nick thought it was in the third round.
Well, I didn't think that. They didn't give me a choice, so that was my last
That
option.
was the last option, except
So,
for I didn't think
they
Pride
gave
had
me
third
three.
rounds.
3 minutes
Did
into
you
the
see
third
that?
round.
He didn't
We
even
learned
think
a
it was
lot of
possible.
things today.
And then he gave me the third.
If Dodge was here, he would have punched me in the mouth. After that, you had Sabah Homasi get a win over Micah Terrell with a big KO, 17 seconds into the very first round.
Dude, that's the one with the overhead right that like cracked him. It sounded like a head kick.
Right.
It was,
There was snap on it.
I watched it on mute, so I don't know. I like subtitles.
the sound
then
will
it-
get you in trouble.
These shirts, you
can't-
got Batman subtitles. Whoosh!
Yeah,
Bam!
yeah, I like those. They're fun. They make watching TV a lot more enjoyable, especially when there are fights on. Bam, bam,
That should
boom.
be an option. Batman
Subtitles.
closed captioning.
Yeah, because it doesn't just scroll across the bottom. It fucking pops up
A
and
lot better
that's
than that
awesome.
Snoop crap.
voice. There's a Snoop subtitle option.
It used to be a Snoop simulcast.
Oh, for the
yes,
yeah.
yes, the UFC companion.
Yeah.
Yeah. Austin Vanderford also got a TKO, doctor stoppage over Joseph Greer. And then you had Ricky Bandejas get a KO over Ahmet Kiriti.
Kyrie. Yep.
that'll
Sure,
work.
sure.
Why not?
Sure.
There it is. Still going strong. Chris Disnell gets. This is the one we just talked about. No, it's a different one. Got a TKO over Mike Kimball, and then you had John Manley with a submission rear naked choke over Tiago Rella.
Womanly. No. Manly. It's womanly.
It was a rear naked choke.
Ooh.
These were also. Let's point out here that the fastest heel hook ever was at a catch weight of 165. You had.
That's not catch weight. That's official weight class.
Except for they were fighting at a catch weight because they both weren't at 165.
But it will be a weight class in the UFC next year because Dana White said no.
What do you call it? The super lightweight division?
I don't even know. It's like it's potato bug weight, I think, right above flyweight. Did we did that one? We did that one.
No, we're on Dixon.
we're on Dixon.
Yeah.
Connor Dixon also a catch weight over Castriot Zima. Nice armbar. Zima.
I loved his drinks,
Yeah.
which now is identified as a White Claw.
But we only got an armbar. We didn't get something different from Zima. Nick Newell, didn't know you were fighting. Got a win over Corey Browning. Arm triangle choke. This is all your prelims, by the way.
Yeah, not to mention that Newell's pretty much been written off. I mean, he's the one-handed fighter, and then he brings in the submission. I love what he brings to it because, like he said, as long as I'm doing this, there's kids out there that have the same thing, and they're like, man, I can do that.
No, and that's fantastic. It's always great to see people that can do this and compete at a level that they're competing at, that he's competing at, because it does. It makes kids who are in the same condition and have the same situation look up and go, what's holding me back?
Right.
I totally agree with that.
And it makes the rest of us that have two hands really feel like shit.
Because I mean, when I'm at work, I try to use three hands and it doesn't work.
Oh, are you Trace Daniels? Good old three hands.
Tres años. Then you got, on the main card, you got Tyler Fortune, who got a submission rear naked choke over Rudy, the football star. I'm not going to try that last name. Yaroslav Amasov got a, what is that? A Darce choke.
The Darce choke.
Over David Rickles.
The
And
caveman. That was the first time he got submitted, I think.
David Rickles?
Yeah, I
So
believe
is he Clay the Carpenter, Guida's cousin?
He's old enough, but yeah,
All right.
good way to go back to that slap thing.
Yeah.
Alejandra Lara also got a win over Taylor Turner with a big TKO.
This was a really explosive fight. I was really surprised because the way that they first started, I didn't think it was going to turn into it, but it was a great fight.
And then Vitaly Minikov. It's like a bad guy out of a John Wick fucking movie right there. Got a KO at a minute 45 over Timothy Johnson. And your main event was...
Yeah, that was like the Ric Flair flop. You know what that is? Where he, that's how Johnson got hit, backed up against the cage, and then fell. Like,
we've seen that in the UFC a couple times though too. It's kind of ridiculous when it happens, but I guess your body don't want to quit, and your mind's like, "Fuck off! Put me to bed! This is bullshit! Stop standing up! Fall over!"
twitching like a dead fish.
Like a fucking salmon out of water.
Yeah, I seen a knockout at the old Powell boxing club. Where when the guy was on the ground, he was all, come on. That's all I kept saying. Come on. And they're like, hey, buddy. And they pulled his legs up. But he just kept repeating it. And then he stopped and then he woke up. And I was just like, that's some crazy shit,
We've
man.
had people snore. You can hear him snoring.
Yeah.
The body does weird things.
Well, the one that we seen at
He was out.
but his eyes were open.
No.
It was weird.
Oh, there was that one that they showed on The Ultimate Fighter, like season 3, with the guy who had the non-vertical stays nystagmus, where his eyes bounced back and forth constantly. When he got walked out of the ring after he got knocked out, and they were like trying to walk him out, and he's walking straight, but his eyes are
Just bouncing back and forth.
It was insane. And your main event, heavyweight Sergey Karatanov got a TKO win with knees and punches over Matt Mitrione. Meathead did not stand a chance in the second round.
So
No.
it was the whole mouthpiece thing. Kept falling out. I think he got a point taken away, right?
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, really?
Yeah, and then
Wow.
right before the knockout, it fell. He got punched, like grazed, and it fell out. And then he got knocked out, like right then.
Yeah, he got caught.
Really?
Yeah, he
Yeah,
got caught
I
a
think
couple
so.
times in the first, and you could tell that Sergey was lining up the timing, and I mean he had his number. It was if it wasn't coming in the second, it was coming in the third.
All right.
And I think I want to say the mouthpiece thing was just something to make
It wasn't a big deal.
No, I think it was just something to make it last longer.
Oh.
You know what I mean? Just to buy some time.
Yeah, they do that sometimes.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I
does
don't,
happen.
like I said, I
Just
didn't
my
watch the whole
opinion.
fight, so I don't know. I just seen the finish. But yeah.
Oh.
He did get a
All
fight
you
cut,
care about
right?
is the finish, huh?
That's all I have time for, man.
Especially off camera.
I'm gonna use that one. I'm like, no,
CFC.
babe, no foreplay. I just got time for the finish.
Let's just go to the finish.
That's why I don't do
Last
2 shows a
chapter.
night. And then
I
coming
could
up
read so many books. dude.
tomorrow.
This is tomorrow?
Yep.
last
Or
chapter?
it could be going on now because
It's like
China.
I think
It's actually UFC
1
Shenzhen.
a.m. It's either 1 a.m. or 3 a.m. I'm not
Right.
sure.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
yeah.
It's in
That's why we
China?
brought
I'm
you
not
in.
fucking
We
doing
brought you
any of
in
these
just for these names, man.
That's some bullshit. I gotta go.
Well, it's the last one, so
Comic book store that's calling my name right now. Your first fight is going to be a women's bantamweight fight. It is Caroline
Okay, good.
Rosa Cavito taking on Laura Fritzen Prokopai.
Propecia.
Sure, that'll work. Propecia work. I like Propecia.
Sounds hairy.
Procopio. Procopio.
Popotijo.
Yeah. Bat Gerald Dana is also going to go against Healy Ataneg. Fuck these names. Lightweight fight. Demir Ismagulov is taking off Thiago Moises. And then light heavyweight Da Un Jung is taking on Kadis Ibragimov.
Certainly is.
Ibragimov. It made it move a couple times. And then you got bantamweight Su Madareji taking on Andre Sukumath. We know that guy.
Yep.
We know that guy from something. I don't
You
know
can click
what.
on him.
You can. He's
Yeah.
got a blue link. And middleweight Anthony Hernandez goes up against Jun Young Park.
You're probably not gonna watch it live, but if you can search this later, this is a fight to go look for. Because I don't know anybody that's watching this show who's actually gonna get up at. This would be 3 a.m. probably. No.
Nick will still be up watching it.
Just the finish.
Just the finish.
So I'll be taking naps in between.
The DVR set up to record the last.
I can't help but
50
take a
seconds.
nap after the finish.
Who
That's why-
can?
Yeah.
Who can?
Anyway,
Yeah, it's not our fault.
it's not.
We're programmed that way.
We're part
And it's
rabbit.
hot too, so
Yeah.
just give us a little bit of space.
Then over on the ESPN Plus is your main fight card with Wu Yanan taking on Mizuki Inu. And then you have Keenan Song taking on Derek Krantz. Kai Kara-France is taking on Mark De La Rosa. Elizu Zaleski dos Santos is taking on Li Jingling.
I got Jingling in this one. I'm just
Who
saying.
doesn't have Jingling in this one?
Too many names.
Jingling.
Jingling.
Is that like 5 people fighting right there?
Hold on. Elijah Zaleski dos Santos.
See, that's already one weight class.
Li
There.
Jingling. That is an entire weight class. You're absolutely correct.
It's 3 minions
They just picked the top 5.
dressed in a suit. Gru's gonna bring him in.
What you mean? And then your main event is Jessica Andrade is taking on Wiley Zhang.
Who's saying that she believes that it's going to be a rough fight for her? Andrade says that Zhang's going to bring it.
Gonna bring it?
Yeah.
She's pretty big.
Is she? Yeah.
Yeah. I watched the
She's
weigh-ins.
huge in China.
I bet. So are you.
That's why I want to move there.
Her nickname's Magnum. I didn't know they knew what that was in China, but
Whoa. She
Yeah.
can fit her entire body in one. It's weird. It's really, really strange.
just the finish though.
Just the finish.
I'm no professional.
No.
I don't know. It could be CTE, early onset of dementia. I have no idea.
Oh, you're going to fight somebody outside the building now? It could happen.
It could happen.
I've seen it.
But thanks for
I've
tuning
seen
in.
it.
Obviously, we missed Dodge today. We didn't talk about this at the beginning of the podcast, but Dodge getting married this weekend, tying the old knot, getting hitched, picking up the old ball and chain.
Still time to run, Dodge.
No, you're done, dude. You can't run for shit. I went running with you on Sunday. Neither one of us can run for shit anymore. She'd catch you real quick. The only hope you got is that you're going to Australia for your honeymoon and something might kill one of you there.
Yeah. Because, like,
Oh, yeah.
right?
I've seen
9
those
out of
movies, right?
9 out of 10 animals in Australia kill you?
The hills have eyes, or what? Wasn't it Australia?
That's in Nevada.
Oh,
That's
same
not
thing.
Australia. I thought it was
thing.
Arizona, but same thing, yeah.
Kangaroos, right?
Kangaroos are fuckers, dude. They are fuckers.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
They
will
beat you
fuck
up.
you up, and then they will fuck you.
Damn.
Yeah. There's a special on Netflix. It's the 72 most dangerous animals in Australia, and they barely scratched the surface.
My
Barely
friend had a
scratched.
kangaroo. You got hurt. You got hit by a car. Had to have a hoppery.
So you got to watch out for the redback spiders and the brown snakes and the funnel weavers and the blue ring octopus and the kangaroos and the great whites.
And the sharks, yeah.
Yeah. That actually won on the 72 most dangerous animals of Australia. The great white is the one that won.
A chorus?
Fuck that, man. There's other things. The blue ring octopus has enough venom in it to kill like 27 adults in minutes. See? And then, but the great white doesn't want to touch anybody, but it's scary. So it wins. Fuck that.
Just eats a lot of fish.
And
It's
people.
all healthy and shit.
People you never hear from again. Good luck, Dodge.
Good luck.
Have fun. Congratulations on the wedding. Big thanks to mymmanews.com for sponsoring us, of course. Check them out at mymmanews.com. And, of course, Dependable Solutions.
Innovate in the future of your business.
If you need a new place to change for credit cards, check them out. They can save you a lot of money. Do we still do Strongboard?
No.
All right, never mind Strongboard. Walkie Craft, though, we definitely do them. Walkie Craft makes the man card. Get your man card today.
At
And-
Etsy.com, look for Walkie Craft.
Yeah. I actually bought one the other day.
Did you?
I did.
You actually bought
I bought one. We didn't have the money. I'm supporting a business.
one. Okay.
Who took your man card, though?
Shut up.
Did you get married too?
Never. It says on my finger, man.
He's
and
married.
Yeah, I'm married.
Yeah.
And
I'm gonna be
SynCal.
after this show.
SynCal Studios, big thanks to them for sponsoring us, of course. They're right here locally in Modesto. If you're a place to get tattooed or pierced, SynCal can definitely help you out.
3117 McHenry.
That's the show. How do we end the show?
Oh, we do like a barbershop for tipping. No, we just say something like, and we'll see you at the fight.
Boom.